Lock in with Vito.
Okay, we live in the crib vibing with Vito. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment on the YouTube at Vibing with Vito. Also follow us on the Instagram at Vibing with Vito. You already know the slogan. We vibrating higher and we chasing purpose over popularity. I have somebody all the way from St. Louis, you said.
St. Louis.
Stopping down in the A. I appreciate you. Introduce yourself to the people.
Yeah, Laflare, bottom boy survival, straight from St. Louis, from the bottom.
For sure.
I'm here introducing myself and take over the world.
That's dope, man. What brought you all the way to Atlanta? You know what I'm saying? That's a long way coming from the Midwest.
It ain't really. I'm really familiar with Atlanta. It's like my second home. I've been back and forth here since I was 16.
Okay. For sure. Oh, okay. So you kind of like grew up here a little bit too?
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up, man. Bigger Rankin had hit me. He was like, bro, I got somebody, man. I really want you to interview. You know what I'm saying? So when he put that stamp, it's like, you know, I'm like, bro, you gotta be one of them ones. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
How did you link up with Big?
You know, that's like Pops, man. You know, that ain't like Big Bro or no shit like that. That's like Pops. But you know, that's my manager too, though. But, we linked up a few years ago.
Yeah.
And I think that was came across like on Instagram or some shit.
Really?
Yeah, but we been on ever since. You know what I mean? Like, just on some real nigga shit.
Yeah. Nah. You got a really important person in your corner, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and his stamp means something. Like everything that he's done for the game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even what he's done for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been on Bigger Rank for a long time too.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, nah. But that's dope. That's dope, man.
Nigga.
Yeah, for sure. I got $1 million question for you, bro.
What's up?
Everybody that sits on this couch, I have the honor to ask them. Now I have the honor to ask you. How big would you dream if you knew you couldn't fail?
Oh, man. If I knew I couldn't fail?
Yeah.
Man, no limit. You know what I mean? No limit.
Yeah.
Just like even that, I know that I can fail. It's still no limit.
Yeah,
you know
facts.
What I mean? I done been through everything. So
right.
It's like, even with the failure, that ain't nothing. That ain't the end of it.
It's like a learning, like you learn.
Failure ain't nothing. You know what I mean? You gonna get back up.
Yeah, facts.
So it's like, what did it stop?
Right.
You know what I mean? You still no limit after that. So
yeah.
What was the failure?
Yeah, for sure, man. Take us back on the journey, man. What was it like growing up in St. Louis, coming down to Atlanta too as well? How was your upbringing and stuff like that?
I'm from Castle Point, Missouri, in St. Louis. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I'm from Castle Point. I'm from the bottom, and I mean, it's like any other ghetto, any other, you know what I mean, hardships, you know what I mean, adversities. That's where the bottom boy survival come from. What I'm pushing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, facts.
You overcome everything, no matter what's in front of you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. How did your like neighborhood and like your area shape you into the man that you are today?
Man, it's a lot, and it's so small. You know what I mean? So small, so close. So you got the love, you got the hate, everything close though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Facts.
Hate is right here. You know what I mean?
Right
here, Nate. Like how me and you is.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a big eye opener every day. Is every day. No matter what you faced there, we was faced with a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Like a lot of shit. I had 3 kids. I was 16. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, facing murder charges at 19. You know what I mean? I ain't come home. I was 24. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm 26 now. So I'm still adjusting.
You still young too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Damn, it seemed like you lived a long life, nigga.
Yeah, I'm on my second life for sure.
Damn.
Yeah.
So you said you came home at 24.
Yeah.
Okay, so you was locked up from 19 all the way to 24?
19, 24, yeah.
Wow, bro. How did that experience kind of, like shape you into like refocusing and recentering, you know what I'm saying? Knowing that, bro, I got purpose out here, bro. Like I really need to get out and get on my shit with the music. Man,
I got stripped of everything, including my life, you know what I mean? I was facing some real serious charges, you know what I mean? Murder, home invasion, all type of crazy shit, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I sat 5 years awaiting trial. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
So you were just in there, like I don't know why they do that shit, bro. They just set it up for like niggas to rock, bro. Like hoping
hoping the nigga crack.
Fold, yeah,
you know hoping the nigga crack or take a deal, or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And you'll be surprised because so many. They got like 90% rate of niggas that do fold or take time.
This was the feds or the
state. I mean, it was the state. My murder charge was in the state, but they housed state and federal inmates. You know what I mean? So we all was together, but. Yeah, you'll be surprised how many niggas do cop out, because it is scary.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean? Like, niggas ain't just saying I'm going to trial.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if they do, niggas getting bammed. You know what I mean? Like, ain't too many niggas making it out.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
How do you look at that too? Because I know this is like a big thing that people say on like the internet. when you take a plea, is that snitching or like how do you like? Because again, like I ain't in the street, so this is me really asking, like, you know what I'm saying, inquiring, because I see that a lot, and people like they look at different people's situations.
Yeah,
and
it
say,
all depends on your situation.
Hey, this dude is snitching. How do you deem what snitching is?
Shit, you told on something.
But what if you tell on yourself? Because like a lot of times niggas
you snitch. That's still you told yourself you snitch. You told on somebody. Shit,
Damn.
you still told on yourself. You know what I
Damn.
mean? Telling is telling. No matter if it was in the interrogation room and you didn't go take the stand, you still told. You got somebody locked up. You helped law enforcement. You worked.
So anything that's kind of deemed as like helping the situation on their end, that's considered like telling.
Ain't no, you can't. You still. You just said that, like you said, helping. Who did you?
Well, I'm saying, not helping, like indirectly. Let me use the word indirectly.
I'm saying you use law enforcement to help your situation. You're a snitch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You ain't saying I worked with my lawyers or nothing like that. You saying you did what you did to help your situation. That's rat shit.
Damn.
Yeah. That's a rat. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that shit crazy.
Yeah,
bro.
that's just
the streets got so many like intricate pieces, like, you know what I'm saying, in terms of like, bro, you gotta walk a straight line out here, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of niggas, they sign up for this shit, and then like you said, niggas go the other way, like, you know what I'm saying? How did you kind of have in your head that, bro, I want to stay solid, I want to stand tall on I take my lick, you know what I'm saying?
I don't really think it was a decision for me, you know what I mean? Like, it was more so like, shit, nigga, that shit was tricky, you know what I mean? And shit, you can't fold, bro. You know what I mean? That's just how I was raised. That's how my mama raised me. You know what I mean? Like, my old dude, my uncle, everybody grew up. Well, I grew up, they was in the penitentiary. You know what I mean? A situation where they could have folded and didn't. You smell me? So, I never, it ain't in me. You know what I mean? Like,
nah, facts.
That's a fact. It's not in me.
Facts.
So, no, I ain't never had no thought of, you know what I mean? Of folding.
Yeah, facts.
Hell no. Like, even when it ain't got nothing to do with snitching, just breaking down, period. You know what I mean? Like, you can have a situation that ain't got nothing to do with you telling on no nigga, but still fold. You know what I mean?
Explain.
Like, like, the shit I was facing in that motherfucker, man, is life or freedom. You know what I'm saying? Them was the only two options for me. You know what I mean? They came from 30 to 25. With the then they offered me time served. That's when I was 3 years in, time served. They told me I could tell right now on the others that was involved. And you know, they said I was supposed to have 3 co-defendants, but I was the only one ever arrested. You know what I mean?
So you didn't know who your co-defendants were. They were just saying you had 3.
I ain't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what I'm hollering. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I don't know no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was a big thing, you know what I mean,
right.
with as far as the pressure. You know what I mean? They offered me time served. I go home right now if I get them the other individuals. And that's when I fired my first lawyer, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I had to get another lawyer on my 3rd year, and that's who beat my case when I went to trial.
Damn.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, from 30 to 25 to trial. You know what I mean?
So trial is just like all or nothing, all your chips on the table.
Yeah. It's like they goddamn me taking your soul, putting it on the table and saying, let's go. That's how I feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what you gonna do?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Damn.
What you gonna do? Like, this some shit that it's really even hard to describe. You had
right.
I wish nobody had to go through that shit, but
yeah.
You know what I mean? The ones who have went through it, you know what I mean, and made it out, that's some wonderful kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Go against that whole system and come out, you know what I mean, with the deck stacked against you like that.
Wow.
That shit different, bro.
Yeah. How was it being away from your children? You know what I'm saying? You said you had 3.
Yeah.
3 on them at 16. Yeah. How was it being away? You know what I'm saying?
That shit was experience, man, cause when I left my daughter, I got 3 daughters. They was 2, 2, and 3 when I left. When I came home, they was 7, 7, and 8.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta think, like, when I left, they was barely talking. And over these years, they 3, 4 years old, answering the phone, pressing 5. That's traumatizing. You know what I mean? Like, they riding bids. You know what I mean? At this point, I gotta raise them over a phone, and that shit ain't cool at all.
Yeah, nah, you know sure. For sure.
That ain't cool.
Do you feel like you missed out on a lot of time and you're playing like catch up now?
Yeah, and I had to catch myself from that when I first came home. Came home trying to run. You know what I mean? And everybody telling me, slow down, peace, slow down. You know what I mean? You gonna catch up. You gonna get there.
Yeah,
you know
facts, facts.
But it's like a bull.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know when the bull, you see a bull before that gate open up, it's ready.
It's ready. Mm-hmm.
And when that motherfucker open, it's just gonna go crazy. It don't know where to go, what to do.
right.
That motherfucker just going crazy. Everybody know get out the way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
That's really how I felt.
Damn. For sure.
So I had to really calm down off and know how to channel that fuel. You know what I mean?
Nah, for sure.
Get a sense of direction for real.
Yeah, for sure.
That's all it was.
Nah, that's dope. I'm glad that you know what I'm saying, you out, you know what I'm saying, you doing some positive shit, you know what I'm saying, you doing your music.
Yeah, I'm on point now.
Yeah, for sure. Was it hard to get back focused though? Like, you know what I'm saying, to kind of get back acclimated to like real life?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's a hard adjustment. And for real, like that shit should be changed on how the process of that shit is. Like, yeah, then like I'm 19, get abducted by law enforcement, basically. You know what I mean? They take you somewhere you don't want to go against your will. You know what I mean? Force you to go. They throw you in there with the lions, tigers, bears. You a kid. You in there with grown man. You got to survive. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And you growing too. One of those animals that they threw you in there with. You know what I mean?
Damn.
So by time for you to come out, by time it's time for them to give you a decision, which is what the jury gonna come with for me, you know what I mean? What the jury came with is I'm finna live or I'm finna die, basically, you know what I mean? And they say I could live, they just throw you out the same night. You just out in the street, you know what I mean?
They don't prep you or nothing.
Hell no, it ain't no.
Yeah.
They ain't reimbursing you on no paper, no none of that. You know what I mean?
Even though they lost, you know what I'm saying?
It's like you a newborn baby.
That's so crazy, bro. So like, how much would you say your whole case was, like money wise?
Money wise, man, a whole fucking lot. You know what I'm saying? The first lawyer, that lawyer was a $40,000 lawyer that I said I fired when he tried to get me to rap. You know what I mean? That was a $40,000 lawyer. Then the next lawyer that I got after that was just Travis Noble. Shout out Travis Noble. You know what I'm saying? It's my dog. That's my hero.
Yeah, nah, for sure.
He came through and did it for 30, and he $100,000 lawyer. You know what I mean? Damn. It was just he just that's God. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Thanks.
That's God.
Damn, bro. Damn. That's crazy. Man, I got a slogan I always say: purpose over popularity. Yeah. When I say that slogan, how can you kind of mirror that around your life and like your journey?
Purpose is everything. Yeah, like I don't believe in no coincidences. You know what I mean? I got real spiritual when I was in there. You know what I mean? And it took for that because when I was trying to control everything, shit was downhill.
Right.
Headache, stressing. You know what I'm saying? Stressed out in that bit. And I gave it when I finally gave that shit to God. New lawyer came, like I say, best lawyer in the city came through and did my shit for the cheap. You know what I'm saying? Out of nowhere. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Like I ain't. What do I have to do with that? I'm in jail. You know what I mean?
Facts.
That was sent. You know what I mean? So, and I actually walked up out that bitch.
Nah,
you know what I mean?
Sure.
Without a scratch on me.
For sure.
So it's like I look at life way different, bro, than the next nigga would. You smell me? But with my past experiences, I know. Like I ain't no super spiritual or nothing like that. But
nah.
I know what I'm here for now.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I got woke up for sure.
Damn. So when was that day? Do you remember that day and that time when you were like, man, I'm about to get this to God? What was the first thing that you did?
When my granny died. My granny died. Just her right here.
Wow.
When she died, I was in my cell. And I broke down. And I hadn't cried a long time. You know what I mean? And I had broke down because before she had died, like we knew she was, you know what I mean, going through her little shit. But she used to send me these old songs over the phone. I used to call, like, man, somebody get to Granny, I want to hear. You know what I mean? She used to sing these old songs, and I can never remember the words. You know what I mean? But I could hear her singing them right now. But I can't sing it back. But it was just special. I swear to God, I got off the phone with her, and that's when we had tablets. So I was talking to her while I was in my cell on my tablet. I got off the phone with her and broke down. I felt like it was my last time to talk to her. You know what I mean? I just think about the family. She was the backbone. You know what I mean? Think about everything I missed. And I felt like, I heard everything in me like, just get ready.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get ready.
Facts.
The time coming.
For sure,
you know what I mean?
Wow. Do you feel like God has now placed that assignment on your life to be the backbone for your family?
Hell yeah. No doubt. Yeah.
Is it a hard thing to carry?
Nah, I'm ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts.
Nah, it's not hard at all.
Facts.
Hell no.
Facts. Yeah, I always ask, like, you know, some of my guests that come on, like, you know what I'm saying, like when carrying like a whole lot, you know what I'm saying, in terms of like your career, your life, your family and stuff like that, that can break a person, you know what I'm saying, at times and stuff like that. How do you stay grounded when you have all these moving pieces in the world moving around you and you're still trying to get to your destination?
Man, I know I'm closer to goddamn where I'm going than where I came from. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm way far from the bottom. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like, I'm right here. I gotta keep pushing.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts,
I just gotta keep pushing, bro.
Nah, for sure.
I never hit that rewind button, bro.
Hell no.
All the shit I've been through, why would I?
Right,
my nigga.
Right.
You know what I mean? I know for a fact I'm closer to where I'm going.
Bruh.
For a fact.
Facts.
You know
facts,
what I mean?
Facts. It's a blessing to wake up every day. You know what I'm saying? That's why they call it the present day. It's a present. It's a gift.
I just said that in the song. The real blessing is breath. Every day I see my kids, I deeply think about wealth. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Every day you wake up, bro, that's the real blessing, dog. Like,
right.
Ain't no complaining. Ain't no excuses.
Yeah, facts,
you know what I mean? Like,
facts.
I just left from where there's so many niggas that's willing to have that'll do anything for their goddamn their freedom that niggas complain about having.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, they'll do so much with your 24 hours that you complaining about having.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
So I always think about that type of shit, man. And
facts.
Man, you gotta go.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Do you feel like it's enough time in the day to do like everything that you plan out? You know what I'm saying? Because how I look at life, bro, is I only have right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm breathing. Today I can see, you know what I'm saying? I can smell. I can dap you up. You know what I'm saying? I have today. I have right now.
For sure.
But I also look at it like, bro, it be so much shit that I want to do and want to accomplish.
For sure.
How do you accomplish that shit in 24 hours? Like, really?
Can't.
Because think about it.
Can't.
Even if you, let's break it down. If you wake up, right? You go to work. You're going to be at work probably until 8 hours of the day, right? So you already lost 8 hours. Then you come home, you got to get ready, probably go spend some time with your family, then be out on the grind. You're out all night. Right. When do you have time really to, you know, eat the food that you need to eat, fully prepare, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm going back to what you said. We don't complain about nothing, bro. We just appreciate it.
Nah,
you know what
I'm saying? You gotta cherish the journey.
Nah, for sure.
That's one thing about it. Like,
dope.
You can't rush it. You can't like overdo it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why you gotta study the longevity. You know what I'm saying? The art of longevity. Like, you gotta know like how to you gotta think about this shit so long down the line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we get so caught up in the now that we forget about like that. It is a future. You get what I'm saying?
That shit crazy.
Like, we straight forget like that. It straight is a future, and and then you got to think about like I straight ain't planning on the future. Right. I'm tripping. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, damn, I'm tripping. I need to look at this shit a little different.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And stop thinking about the now.
Yeah.
The thing about the now is so typical, especially like this day and age. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Fact.
Everybody thinking about the now. So it's like you get to think about the future. Then when the future comes, you gonna be ahead.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because everybody who was in the past, they was thinking about now.
Yeah.
When you was thinking about the future. So it's about being ahead, bro. Playing chess.
Yeah, they say preparation prevents poor performance.
Poor performance, yeah, for sure.
That's crazy, right?
For sure.
Now that we talking about that, that's a bar right there.
A man that feels the plan plans the field. You know what I mean?
Damn.
So, and that's a big one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts.
Man that feels the plan plans the field.
That's crazy.
You ain't planning on it on your plans, then you trip.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Facts,
when the time coming, you gonna have to freestyle.
Yeah, facts.
And nigga, everybody ain't Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying?
Freestyling life is a difficult task.
Thing, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, when it's time to get in front of that shit, bro, you can't be talking about nah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like I ain't talking about rapping. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be stutter stepping. Like, you gotta know your shit. Yeah. Whatever you doing, know your shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
Know your shit. Know what's going on. You know what I mean? It ain't that you got to be too in depth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But be on point. You know what I mean? Be on point enough to handle whatever come in front of you.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts. How do you look at success, bro? Because I had another guest that just left and stuff, and I had the pleasure to ask him that question. What do you deem success is? What does success look like for you? What does a lot of money look like for you? What does accomplishing the ultimate goal look like for you?
Shit, generational wealth. I don't care for the money right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I straight ain't thinking about the now. You know, like, bags of money right now won't excite me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, the most it'll do is intrigue me on, because I know what I'm finna do with it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that alone is, I won't be happy. You know what I mean? Like, that ain't nothing.
Right.
Like, what, we gonna get the money? You feel like,
yeah, fact.
nigga, bring me some money right now, bro. That's not gonna do shit for me. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
nah. And especially, like, who it's coming from, because I know, like, a lot of shit come with a lot of shit. You know what I mean? So, ain't shit coming genuinely these days. You know, so what's the twist?
Facts.
You know?
How do you filter out, and I didn't mean to cut you out, but how do you filter out that energy? You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, everything that's given is not always coming from the right place.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So how do you being in this industry where, again, it's a plethora of people that may be throwing ideas at you, hey, if you leave from over here with your management over here, come with me. Or if you do this, I can take you this way. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of that shit.
So much backdoor shit.
How do you filter that shit out? You know what I'm saying?
Shit come from the streets, man. This shit don't surprise me, especially like since I've been like fuck with this little industry shit, man. You know what I mean? Like a lot of it's funny to me. You know what I mean? Like, and I hope it stay funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
right.
I hope to stay like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't ever want to let that shit get to me, like, because I know it's all a facade, it's all a game. You know what I mean? It's literally a game. Play it. You know what I mean? Play it for what it's worth. You know what I mean? Don't let this shit. Nah, you know who fuck with you and who don't. You know what I mean? You a peep it. Like, you a peep it, bro. You know who you know what's up.
Facts. You ever like did a song with a person that you admired, like coming up, and then you met the motherfucker and you're like, man, this shit ain't talking about nothing.
No, I not did a song with, but I met a few people, you know what I mean? And it's like, you could smell it. They ain't it. You know what I mean? Like,
damn.
Yeah, like,
ain't that shit discouraging a little bit?
Crazy.
Like, it's like, bro, because again, I've been doing, like, I make music too, but also like with my platform, it's like, bro, I have a lot of people that I interview, and sometimes it's like I go off of energy, bro. You feel what I'm saying? That's how we having a great ass interview right now, because energy. I'm based off energy. But like, I interview a person, and it's like, bro, I'm talking to him, and it's just like everything about him, you could just tell it's fake. Like, it's just like, even from the way they delivering, like they message and like what they talking about, it's like, bro, this ain't who I listen to, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that should be discouraging as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, damn, bro, I really was like a fan, but now I met you.
Fucking with you, home.
Now I met you, and it's just like, that should be weird, dog.
Yeah. It's like I don't even care no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that shit crazy, man. Let's talk about your single, bro. Like you said, I know we was trying to play it. Sorry, we don't have, the infrastructure to play it. But let's talk about your single. You know what I'm saying? Like, what inspired the single? You know what I'm saying? How we coming?
New single, Wrong Time, featuring Bigger Rankin. It's out now on all platforms. And but what inspired the single was really it was really one of the first couple songs I had did when I came home. So it was really more so my mind was still adjusting from jail to the streets.
Right.
You know what I mean? Talking a lot about my kids' betrayals. You know what I mean? Being counted out. You know what I'm saying? Pain though, you gonna feel it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts.
Sure.
Make sure you send it so like I can, add it in the interview and stuff like that and shit like that too.
Yeah.
Bro, let me ask you this, bro. If you could tell your younger self anything, what would it be and why?
My younger self, chill out.
You feel you moving too fast?
Hell yeah. Like I say, man, I had 3 kids. I was 16. Like my first daughter when I was 15. She was pregnant when I was 14. We had her when I was 15.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So then I had 2 more the same year when I was 16. You know what I mean? So then come 19, I'm locked up for murder. So chill out. You know what I mean? Chill out. But then again, like I say, like I wouldn't redo nothing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that shaped me who I am today.
Yeah, fact.
Like I wouldn't redo not a day.
Yeah.
Like not a single second, bro.
Damn.
Real shit.
Damn. So if a time machine was right there, and it's just like, bro, you could just go back and just nothing.
I already endured the pain. I don't want to relive it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't want to relive it, but I ain't gonna shy away from it either though. Like, man, I love my past. You know what I mean? Like I love what I went through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
because it's who you are.
Man, I'm a survivor. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
facts.
Every survivor gonna love their story. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, facts.
Every survivor gonna love to tell their story. Like, that's what came with Survivor. That's the perks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts.
That's the perks that come with that. You know what I mean? I ain't back down from nothing. I ain't shy away from nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? I faced it. Everything head up.
Damn.
Came out. So it's like, I'm still standing down. Right? I'm
yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
You gotta pop it, bro. Nah, that's what's up. That's what's up, bro.
Sure.
With the weight of the world on your shoulders, success at the palm of your hands, how do you respond when adversity knocks at your door?
See what it's time about. Size it up.
Yeah,
you know
I fuck
what
with
I mean?
that. I fuck with that.
Size it up. You know what I mean? Go about it how the best option is possible.
Right.
You know what I mean? Think about everything, every single thing. Like, we ain't young no more. So just like, you know what I mean? Just everything ain't got to be violent either though. You know,
Right.
that's a big thing I learned. Everything ain't got to be violent. Playing chess, everything ain't got to be head up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, be strategic. You know what I mean? Like, you know what you want to get done, get it done. You know what I mean?
Nah, for sure.
It ain't got to be, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Facts.
yeah, it ain't nothing.
Yeah. How do you keep yourself like ground? I think I asked you about grounding, but like, how do you keep yourself motivated like in this industry, right? Because it's a lot of things that can kind of, again, like we were just talking about, kind of make you feel like, bro, I'm too real for this shit, or
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? How do you keep yourself motivated to continue to do what you love ultimately internally?
Man, staying focused on you. You know what I mean? Staying focused on you, dog. Because the moment you get to tripping out what this world got going on, you lost. You know what I mean? Because there's so much going on. Like, it's no limit to what the fuck the world got going on when you thinking of it like that. You know what I mean? Because you going to add up. That you might go watch what this nigga doing, that nigga, but in your head, you adding it all up. You know what I'm saying? You looking at all you up against, and that's
Right.
mentally defeating you. You know what I mean?
Damn.
So it's like, man, don't trip off that shit.
Yeah.
You good. Them
Yeah.
niggas probably watching you.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Them niggas probably watching you. Everything you up against gonna be watching you. You know what I mean? So when I look at it like that, I know, man, y'all can't fuck with me. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Y'all can't fuck with me.
Nah, that's
Riding and
dope.
walking. You
Man,
know what I mean?
damn, bro. Nah, bro. I ain't gonna even lie. This was a great ass interview, bro.
Nah, for sure.
Real
For
shit,
sure.
bro. I like your energy too, my nigga.
For sure,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? I see a good future. You know what I'm saying, for you, my nigga.
Yeah,
For sure,
yeah.
for sure. Man, this segment of the show is Vibing with Vito. Shout outs, bro.
Mm-hmm.
The floor is yours. You can shout out anybody.
Man, Bottom Boy Survivor, LP Laflare, man. I just want to shout out my family, man, everybody, man. Vito, for
Thank
sure.
you, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Bigger ranking. You know what it is, man. We finna take over the world.
For sure, man. Before we get up out of here, bro, what's one thing that your fans and probably like your listeners probably don't know about you? You never said it, but you'll say it on Vibing with Vito. It can be one characteristic, one cool thing, whatever, that you just want your fans to know they may not know about you.
One thing they may not know. I don't know why nothing
That you
come to my mind. That's crazy.
that you proud of. You know what I'm saying? Because again, people can look at a book and be like, man, they'll just
I'm out
judge
the
it.
streets.
Let's go.
For sure.
Let's go. Yeah, we all legit. We all
Yeah.
legit now. You
I'm
know what
out
I'm
the
saying?
streets.
You know, for sure.
That's what I want
Bro,
y'all to know.
thank you for coming to vibe with me, bro. The energy was great, man. You know what I'm saying? Tell the people where they can find you.
Man, Instagram, Real LP Laflare. That's Real LP Laflare. Real LP Laflare.
Man, for sure, bro. Whenever you in the A, bro, you want to stop by, come vibe with me.
For sure.
Bro, the door is open, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I fuck with you, bro.
And I just moved out here to the A, so.
Okay. Oh,
We
shit.
outside.
Hey, that's what's up. All right, that's what's up, bro. Well, welcome to Atlanta officially.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, it's been another episode, a great ass episode of Vibing with Vito. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment on the YouTube at Vibing with Vito. You already know the slogan. We vibrating higher and we chasing purpose over popularity. Me and my brother, we gone.